Alright, YouTube. Dropping in for algorithm quickie. I'm as you can see, doing some other type of work, and I wanted to just drop some knowledge. All throughout the day, I'm always like reading on YouTube, and I was like sitting here praying. I'm like, what can I put out that I think will be beneficial? And we men, and now I'm ad-libbing, or my Christian people. I'm bad for now. Now I'm going off subject on what I was going to talk about, but it's about the power of perspective. Hunting the good stuff. You may heard people say the glass is half empty or half full. I was thinking about words that we should incorporate back in our community, especially the black community. We don't want to shame people anymore, because shame, it almost demands a person to be accountable to themselves. Shame comes when you know you may have done something that, or you have done something incorrectly, and you don't want people to know about it. Back in the days, like, I know for sure in the late 90s, like, it was still a little shameful for not just a woman, a male or a woman, to have a baby out of wedlock. And now it's acceptable, and like I often see posts of these women that I know better than to not be married before they carry. And I want to be like, what are you doing? Or I make on a post like, where's your husband at in the picture? It takes so much intimate. It takes so much effort for me to be like, congratulations, when I know you know better, because I don't want them to feel shamed, air quotes, or me to be canceled just to tell them what they should already know. Kind of like I guess hunting the good stuff, power of perspective, kind of like fear. It's like, you shouldn't be afraid of anything. But fear, with the right perspective, is godsend. Almost sounds contradictory. That fear that comes upon us if we're in a plane, no parachute on, when that door opens, a fear will come upon us. Is that fear good? Yes. That fear is there to protect your life. So, I was talking to a co-worker and telling her about a lesson that I learned. She was upset, or eyes all red and stuff, because she had broken up with her boyfriend. I'm like, what you crying for? She's like, huh? I just broke up with my boyfriend. I'm like, really? Like, what you crying for? And she was surrounded by girls. They're doing their synchronum, their it's all right, girl, thing. But I was like, this is an opportunity. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you no longer have to waste your time on somebody that doesn't want you. Now you can go back out there and find somebody that's meant for you, and go back through the process of falling in love. And it was just simple words. She's like, you know what, you're right. I didn't see her face red no more the rest of that day, and to this day it was a word of wisdom that I gave. And a lot of times I know when I'm giving words of wisdom, I'm taking a step back, try to look at things outwardly, take emotions out of the equation, and a lot of those times that's when God speaks. So, and I don't care what the situation is, we have the ability to take an outside look at a situation is priceless, even when judging ourselves. Like Kevin Samuels, I say I love his content because I saw that he was helping people. I could see the real him behind the questions. Like he was looking to improve women with reality, because some people have trouble looking at reality. And I was just watched a video from one of his friends, the OG style, and he was saying how he would dish out the tough love and receive it from him also. And he would ask, all right, did I go too far? And the OG was like, yes. And it's like, you're much less corny in person than you are on on camera. Why don't you relax, and so people would know what you're talking about. Like, you're a middle-aged man, stop trying to look like a younger man. Let the gray out. Of course, I would have my grays out if I wasn't up in here, but I digress. We need to not be so offensive and be able to accept constructive criticism. If somebody takes the time, whether it's positive or negative, to express something to you, use a filter to hear those words. And I'm gonna handcuff those thoughts. Take what you can from those words and apply them to your character. But back to this, my boy KS. People are saying he's a misogynist, narcissist, blah blah blah. And like I said, I could see the content, like the intent behind the content. And watching that video from his friend, he said, you know what? If I have to be the bad guy to get reality across to my sisters, then I'll be the bad guy. One day, I'm getting my followers up. I always looked at myself as a young Kevin Samuels. I would literally be finishing statements, mostly when we were talking about people, but cracking up. But I saw where his train of thought was going. I'm not him. I would never get any religious advice from him because he had a bias. But I saw what his intent was, and that's gonna be my attempt. Power of perspective, like never beat somebody down, like on purpose. Uplift, help, network where I can, and be happy for people. Is that a mark? I don't care. Oh, that's on my phone. No, it's on my. Oh, I'm not editing nothing because I could, but I don't feel like it. And this was a quickie. So take time. Take a step back. I always say there's no failure if we can learn something from it. So what? You might have had 3 kids, and Kevin has a bad rep. And I've seen 2 videos today where he's like, it's not the end of the world. You're saying you got work to do. You have one, you've made a decision, especially if you had these kids with people you were not married to. What you need to talk to somebody, mostly God, the Most High. I suggest Bible-based counseling, which is designed to end, not to be sitting down with a counselor for 6 years and they soaking up all your money and making hundreds of thousands of dollars on you. I digress again, but go through the process, the who, what, when, where, and why, of why you made that decision. 2, deal with the consequences, or look at the results of what happened. 3, shift and adjust and make course corrections. And that's where true growth will come. And if you can't get the right perspective, then you may be doomed to do those decisions again. So my time is limited, and I just snuck away. And what I was going to talk about, the Lord led me to another place. So I hope this benefits you. Put a 1 in the comment section if you benefit from this little talk, or I reaffirm something, or tell me if, like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about, or stop saying or stop touching your car and look whatever. So I'm a small channel right now, struggle screaming, but I'm not gonna stay that way that long. I know it, so give me a shout out. While I'm small, I'll get back in contact with you. Peace. Like and subscribe.